Today we're making high protein chocolate donuts that are also keto friendly. So one of you guys sent us this recipe asking for us to try it, and these days we will always say yes to trying any kind of recipe with cottage cheese. And this recipe comes from a creator called Keto by D, and we'll leave a link to her page in the description below. She's on Facebook and I believe on TikTok. This recipe is pretty simple and it requires ingredients that we already have, which is great. So for this recipe, you're gonna be needing cottage cheese. We're gonna be using the 4% extra creamy small curd cottage cheese by Daisy. You're gonna be needing eggs, cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder of course. Sweetener, we're gonna be using Swerve for this recipe because we've been using it a lot lately and we really like it. Vanilla, she actually uses a vanilla syrup in her recipe, but we don't have that, so we're gonna be using vanilla extract. We're gonna be using almond flour for this recipe. She calls it almond meal, but I think that that is what people outside the United States tend to call almond flour. And baking powder. But before we get started, we're super excited to introduce you guys to Territory Foods, who is the sponsor of this video. Territory Foods is a company that's truly redefining how we think about food by blending innovation with care. They deliver meals directly to your home that fit your personal goals and your tastes. Whether you're keto like we are, paleo, or plant-based, or just looking for high-quality nutrition, Territory Foods has you covered. Their meals are always gluten-free, dairy-free, and free from refined sugars. Sometimes Sarah and I, we just don't feel like cooking when we get home, and that is where the ease and simplicity of Territory Foods comes in. And what sets Territory Foods apart is that they work with a network of local chefs. And what that does, it ensures that every meal is made with fresh, responsibly sourced ingredients. And Territory Foods actually delivers their meals twice a week, so they're always fresh. If you guys are ready to try Territory Foods, this is so delicious. Make sure to use our special link, linked in the description, and code KETOTWINS25, all caps, and you are going to get $25 off of your first order of 6 or more meals. Thanks so much to Territory Foods for sponsoring this video. I'm gonna finish this really quick and then we're gonna start cooking our donuts. So the first step is to preheat your oven to 320 degrees, I think. She lists hers at 160, but I think that that is Celsius, so we operate in Fahrenheit. I also have purchased a donut pan. Supposedly it's non-stick. I'm really hoping that that is true. We can leave this one linked below. We have our blender all set up here and the directions say to just throw everything in the blender. So that's what we're gonna do. So cottage cheese going in. Get in there. Card crashed, so. Maybe I should mix all this together and then start adding the dry. Whatever. It kind of looks like a pancake batter from this vantage point, doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
There's no almond flour in there yet. Okay.
I know.
Continuing on.
We have our baking powder, cocoa, unsweetened. Okay, here's our Swerve and almond flour. Ew. To me, it looks like a protein shake, a very thick one. Ooh, a chocolate milkshake, you know? Haven't had one of those in a long time. But I have no idea, this is very heavy. I don't know how many of the donuts it's gonna make. We have a mold for 6, so. Sarah was asking if I'm gonna be spraying it. I am not. Should I?
I don't know. I would say go what the recipe says. I don't know.
The recipe doesn't talk about that, but it says it was nonstick.
Okay. Okay, so here we go.
Here we go.
How much does it say?
Wait, am I supposed to cover the middle? No, right? So I'm gonna take some out. Just pour it around, Sarah says. Oopsies.
Okay.
Whoopsie-doo. How do you control the flow of
because
this?
you don't tilt it all the way. That's how you control the flow. That's way too much. Stop.
She's screaming at me again.
Well, you're like, how do I control the flow? I don't know. The angle and what you hold.
This is me really trying.
Okay, great. Please do. Great. Just keep going around slowly. You get lazy and then you start tilting it more. I know you.
I'm just trying to survive in this world, okay?
Does it say how many donuts this batter will make?
I mean, we have about half of it left, so 12.
Okay.
We're gonna put it at 320 for 20 minutes. And we do have more in case we screw up the cook time. Let's see how our first batch is doing. Oh, okay. I'm gonna cut the middle out of those. Look at the sides. Mm-hmm. I feel like this one is the most successful one. So we're going to put another batch in after I get these out. Okay, I feel like I just want to try to see if they're going to come out on their own.
One. We've already done the batch. Okay.
I squished one. Darn it. It's hot.
I have another donut pan that we can use to fill the rest of them if we want.
Okay, we did not want to use a silicone one. I don't know why. Or did I know? No, we had this.
I would say fill them like, 80%. Okay, next. That's already more. Okay.
80% is kind of a weird number.
Okay, that's enough. Let's try less is more, I think, with this. So maybe we should go on a sheet pan in the oven.
Round 2. Yeah, I should not have taken them out.
They need to settle in their pans.
Right.
It's obvious. Okay. We'll check back in 20 minutes and hopefully these cool off and retain the donut shape.
Maybe I should just let these cool off in the...
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let these here. We're gonna let these cool off slower. Okay. So if you don't let it cool, if you do.
Well, we'll see how these turn out. Do we want to start on some icing?
Yes. So the icing that we are going to be making, we're going to be using about a cup of the Swerve confectioners. This is like the powdered sugar equivalent of Swerve. It's very fine. We're going to add maybe a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream and a tablespoon of water and a splash of vanilla, and we're going to whisk that all together, and that is going to be the glaze for our donuts. So that's like, what, 2.5 tablespoons of water?
Yeah, just slowly add water until you get the consistency that you want.
Ah, now what?
Your idea. Maybe I won't let it go. I'll just kind of...
Look at that. Our cottage cheese donuts are done. We're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna try them. So we got one really good one that we let sit and rust fully. I was impatient, and this is the one that was left over that we just let sit in there until it was completely cool, and it came out beautifully. The rest of them are kind of like I would call it dilapidated. Yeah. Let's give it a go.
Very moist.
I
really would like a cup of coffee with this.
It tastes like a chocolate cake.
Yeah. You know, I like cake donuts over regular donuts. How do you feel about it?
Yeah.
Some people don't like the old-fashioned or cake donuts because they're too heavy.
Yeah.
For me, other types of donuts, they're too light. It's like eating air.
A Krispy Kreme is crazy light.
But a cake donut with some coffee, that's more my style.
It's not super sweet, but it's sweet.
It's sweet because of the glaze. It kind of does have that cooling effect that Swerve has, but it's not offensive to me. I like it.
You could also use allulose.
Yeah. Do you think they taste like cottage cheese? I know everyone's going to ask that. I don't think so.
No, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't really taste it.
If you hate cottage cheese, and you knowing that it has cottage cheese in there, I think you're going to go looking for it.
Right.
But would I know that this has cottage cheese in it? No, I wouldn't.
Like I said, it doesn't taste like a traditional donut, but it tastes like a cake. Definitely give it a try. What I do like about this recipe, it's not like cutting out dough, because donuts are made of dough. Like, that's a new realization to me. Like, you have to cut them out, and then you have to fry them. This is in a batter, and for most people, it's probably going to be easier to do than me. You can use the silicone mold, or you can use the cake mold. Just be careful about taking them out of there. That was my fault. I was too impatient.
Yeah. She wanted to get the next round going, so she tried to take them out too early, but they definitely need time to rest.
Overall, really like it. Thank you to the creator of this. We're going to be leaving this linked in the description below if you guys want to check out her Facebook page.
If you guys have any other cottage cheese recipes or any really recipes in general, like, let us know, comment. We shall find it.
And if anybody out there wants to create a new viral
ingredient, we're up for that too.
There has got to be a point where we run out of recipes for cottage cheese. And if you guys want to see a really cool recipe, it was a 3-ingredient keto-friendly Rice Krispies treat using something kind of crazy, pork rinds. It was good. You can click right here and watch this video, and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out. You gonna eat that one?
I'm full. High protein means you're fuller faster.